I know, but why do you do that? You go become best friends with Trump after he makes fun of you and your wife. Why do you do that?
I understand you don't want to defend Texas. And you don't want
no,
to
see, I do love America. See, you don't. You care more about the border between Ukraine and Russia than you care about the border between Texas and Mexico.
There's just never a dull moment with America's right wing. Recently, this past weekend at a Republican National Convention out in the state of Texas, far right wing political activist, provocateur, a guy named Alex Stein, he got some media attention for confronting one Ted Cruz about what he calls Ted Cruz's basic spinelessness. It's kind of crazy that Ted Cruz has made himself into easily the most universally despised politician. I know, progressive people obviously hate Ted Cruz's politics and find his viewpoint of the world to be disgusting and abhorrent. But he's actually really loathed by his own peers in the Senate, which is noteworthy.
If you killed Ted Cruz on the floor of the Senate, and the trial was in the Senate, nobody can convict you.
It's noteworthy because the Senate of all the governing bodies is known as this high-minded, collegial, like they really view it as a fraternity / sorority to be part of the Senate, right? It's why you will see Bernie Sanders have a real blood feud with Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden in a presidential primary and just go about saying nice things right after that thing is over. They really feel a camaraderie there. Except for Ted Cruz. Even amongst his Republican colleagues, everybody understands that he's a phony, that he's a weasel, that he will literally say anything in public that burnishes his standing with certain constituents, even when, it's not really useful to do so. And he will throw people under the bus in the process. Like stuff like the debt ceiling where he pretended his colleagues were like cowards for not wanting to crash the freaking economy.
One of the reasons I think it was a mistake for Republican leadership to give in to the demands, to the hostage-taking, to the political terrorism of the other side, is that it significantly hurts the credibility of the Republican conference.
It's stuff like that Ted Cruz does all the time that hasn't engendered much, love and sympathy from his peers. And so I get it. I know even for me, there's a feeling of catharsis watching Ted Cruz get clowned, even if it's by a wingnut. And Alex Stein, he clowns him for letting Trump berate his wife, basically called your wife ugly.
Tonight, an enraged Ted Cruz looking right into our camera to deliver this message to Donald Trump.
Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
The Texas senator wasn't done there, firing back after Trump retweeted this image. Cruz's wife in an unflattering pose next to Melania Trump.
Then you phone banking for him and you become Donald Trump's lackey because, again, you're spineless, gutless weasel. You know where the influence in the party is and you have no personal pride. You will grovel wherever the power is at. He said that your dad did Kennedy, basically accused your pops of assassinating JFK. He abused this guy. Again, some of the more cowardice type of stuff when he goes to Cancun, when, half of the state doesn't have any power and is freezing half to death. It goes on and on with the list of greatest hits when it comes to Ted Cruz being an abject weasel. List of greatest hits.
And dying, you were in Cancun, Mexico. You remember that? You remember when you're at the all-inclusive buffet while people were freezing?
Go away.
No, but do you remember that, Ted, when everybody was freezing? Remember that, when people were dying?
However, though, I do think it says a lot about the current state of the right wing, the GOP, the conservative movement in this country, in the sense that Ted Cruz is no longer a big enough wingnut to get respect from, the base of the party. Alex Stein type can basically call that dude a rhino, globalist, et cetera, et cetera. And it shows you that the Marjorie Taylor Greene type of people are the ascendant force within the party. And that's not a great thing for our democracy. I don't think these people have any any like policy interests that align with progressives. They don't really care about seeing the country move forward in a better direction. They basically want to see the thing burn. And I think it's a problem when you see this type of guy, even though we don't like Ted Cruz, we think he's a coward and a weasel and spineless and one of the most important politicians of this era. I think it's interesting to see who the ascendant people within the right wing are, and who's the energizing force. And this video is a great example of that.